How to estimate in mind.
Welcome to the CSS MPT. I am your host. Today we will learn estimating in your mind without using calculator. Estimating in your mind can be a useful skill to have in many situations, such as when you don't have access to a calculator or when you want to quickly check if a calculation is reasonable. Here are some tips for estimating in your mind. Round the numbers. Rounding the numbers to the nearest 10, 100, or 1000 can make them easier to work with mentally. For example, if you need to add 347 plus 681, you can round to 350 plus 680, which makes the calculation easier. Break down the numbers. Sometimes, it's easier to break down a number into smaller parts that are easier to work with. For example, if you need to calculate 27 by 6, you could break it down into 20 by 6 plus 7 by 6 equals 120 plus 42 equals 162. Use approximations. If you can't remember a specific value, you can use an approximation to estimate. For example, if you need to calculate 18% of 250, you could approximate 18% as 20%, which is easier to work with, and then adjust the answer accordingly. Use shortcuts. There are many shortcuts for mental calculations, such as multiplying by 5, which is the same as multiplying by 10 and then dividing by 2. For example, to calculate 5 by 48, you can first calculate 10 times 48 equals 480 and then divide by 2 to get 240. Practice. The more you practice estimating in your mind, the better you will get at it. You can start by estimating small calculations and gradually work your way up to more complex ones. Remember that estimating is not always exact, but it can give you a rough idea of what the answer should be.